He's no good. A heartbreaker. He is a liar and he's a cheat. I don't know why he came on and told all those lies. My friends was telling me, take a look at that story. But whoa, I reported what that man brought to us. Now he wants to cry because his heart is cut loose. Good morning, people. Hey, Fraser Larry, how you doing? Just a RU? What is just a RU? I'm telling y'all as a friend, that man ain't no good. Okay, here it is. Now I covered this thing, I believe it was 4 months ago. This dude named Larry, what's his last name? Named LESTER PELTIER. LESTER PELTIER came on and told one of these infamous Tasha K stories on her show, right? And this man claimed that he was in a romantic relationship with Larry Reid. He says he met Larry Reid over the internet. Larry Reid brought him to this country, and Larry Reid gave him over $130,000 in gratuities. Larry Reid employed him just so he could put him on the payroll at his house to cook. He said so he said to him and Larry, he claimed a lot of things on Tasha K's channel, correct? A lot of stuff on Tasha K's channel. You know, she likes the salaciousness. And so she is an enemy of Larry Reid. She used to be his friend, but when the wind swayed a different way, she became his enemy, right? She was desperate for stories about Larry Reid. He came and told us all this stuff about Larry Reid. And now they was butt buddies, and how Larry Reid was the top on top, and Larry Reid was a premature ejaculator, and all these things about Larry Reid arranged a marriage between him and his cousin, and Larry Reid did this and Larry Reid did that. And now he's come on, and now he's saying that it was all a hoax, that he lied and he made it up. Now, to come on after all that elaborate story and to suddenly be talking about how you lied and you listen, I gotta let him do this out of the horse's mouth. This we can hardly hear this audio, so listen carefully. It's only a couple of minutes. But basically, what I tell you, what he's saying is he's recanting his story. He's saying Tasha K put him up to it, and now he wants to sue Tasha K. Now, I don't know where in this man's mind believes that he has grounds for suit when he is the one that was a part of this lie, this scam, correct? He was a willing participant. So he's going to say a lot more than I think he realizes that he is saying in this little clip. He also threatens the rest of YouTube land and the internet that if we speak on it, he's going to sue us too. He's going to sue Tasha, and he's going to sue anybody who mentions his name. But y'all don't believe me. I want you to listen. You got to listen carefully, though. Hi, AT2. Deshaun, the DIY mom. Oh, the DIY mom. Cheryl. Okay. Listen to this. The audio is terrible, but I think you can still understand what he's saying.
I realized that it affected me the most.
No. You got to get the whole thing because it's only like 3 minutes.
Since after that, for 7 months ago with Tasha K.
Come on, man.
Good afternoon, folks. I want to address something, and I think I want to break my silence finally. I did an interview 6 months or 7 months ago with Tasha K. Talking about in the video and talking about arranged marriage, and since after that, I realized that it affected me the most because my family, my kids, I was in a really bad place in my life, and I'm very disappointed with my action. By saying that, I think immediately I went to seek therapy, and I've been on a self-discovery path since then. And I just want to break my silence. First, I want to shout out some people like.
You want to break your silence. We'll pick it up in the rest of it in a minute. You want to break your silence, and you want to tell us now that you had come and accused this, slandered this man, made up stories about you being a butt boy to Larry Reid. You're saying that you realize now this affected your family. You have come on Tasha K show. We don't know what she paid him. You came on her show and saying that this man was you was fucking you in your ass. Correct? You seem to be very proud of it. So now you're saying you're in a dark place. You didn't appear to be in a dark place. You were on her show, chest all open. You were bold about saying all this shit about sex and being paid and being flown to this country and being married off to somebody else. You said all that stuff now, and now in 1.5 minutes, you're going to say that I made that up. And you actually believe that you are the one in a position to sue somebody. No, sir, you're not the person who was slandered, correct? You can't make up a story about somebody else and say that now you want to sue the person who asked you the question when you were both in cahoots together. If anybody has a lawsuit, if they chose to sue your ass, child, it will be Larry Reid suing you. And he would also be suing Tasha K since she had prior knowledge of this story not being true, right? Same situation. She ended up owing people millions and millions of dollars, child. It's the same goddamn thing. These made up stories. You know that they are lies. You're counting on the celebrity not reporting or pursuing your ass. But Cardi B pursued you to the very end, girl. You never expected that. You never dreamed of that in your wildest imagination. You thought it was fine. And so now we have this man exposing you, Tasha K, and himself, incriminating himself. You are in no position to sue nobody, sir. Right? You're giving false information. You had the rest of us, innocents like me, reporting on what you said. We took it as truth, right? Which is a mistake on our part. Let's hear what else you got to finish this up with.
Darren.
Hi, guys.
And Kingpin.
Uh-huh.
Second, I want to tell you guys that I knew what I was doing 6-7 months ago in the interview. I knew exactly what I was doing.
You knew what you were doing.
I was hurt. I was disappointed. We had some personal business, me and Larry. Larry is my former boss, and I made up a whole story about he being my boyfriend and arranged marriage and stuff like that. I want to set the record straight. Me and Larry, we never were in a relationship. He was, first of all, to me, my mentor. He tried to help me.
You're kissing Larry Reid's ass. We're just guessing here. Perhaps Larry Reid and his legal team has contacted you and said you have slandered me before God and man. Correct? Now, you need to clean it up. And I want a formal apology. I want a formal apology. And I want you to admit on screen that you knew exactly what you were doing. You knew that none of that shit ever happened. You absolutely knew that that Larry Reid did not fuck you in your ass. You don't know nothing about him being a premature ejaculator. You don't know a goddamn thing about any of his sexcapades. This was simply someone who attempted to help you, correct? But since you are being so nice about Larry at this point, girl, it tells me that either a legal team or Larry himself has contacted you and says, now it's time for the cleanup, bitch. I'm just sorry. I'm just sorry. And as far as you threatening people, we got to get that part. He said he threatening people that if y'all say his name or y'all report on this, he going to sue. How in the fuck you going to sue? Didn't you tell all this other bullshit that we went on reporting? Are you going to sue about that too, sir? This internet, honey, wait a minute.
In America, the time I shared with his cousin, Latrice. Unfortunately, it didn't work out with us. But I want to clear people's name. I think that what I've done 6 months, 7 months ago, and said things about people, I just want to tell you guys the truth coming from my mouth. The interview was staged.
Hey.
Kingpin, everything I told them was a lie.
Ooh.
I realized that they had so much anger towards Larry and his platform, and I was hurt at that time in my life. So I did lie about a lot of things I said. Anyone who's using my name against my will, I'm going to seek legal.
Wait a minute. Wait the fuck on. Anybody using your name, you're going to sue people. So that is the threat. I'm going to sue you if you talk about, ain't this a bitch? You came on, you made up stories, you concocted this goddamn scheme to try to, in conjunction with Tasha K, to defame this guy's character. People are saying, much of the speculation is now that you have been paid off by somebody. I think that is one option. The other option is you have been threatened. They're going to get your ass. Correct? They're going to get your ass. Right? Now, people say, well, he ain't got nothing to sue for. Who going to sue him? Honey, when somebody sues you, let's say they only sue you for, I don't know, a couple $100,000. You ain't got it, right? But that means every time your ass check into a restaurant to cook, they can guarantee that check for the rest of your natural life, right? As they say, they got you by the balls. So somebody has forced you to do this. You look like a goddamn hostage on this wall, right? And I would say that you owe everybody an apology. You come out here telling these huge ass lies, and then you want to sue everybody who talks about it. Aren't you the one? Now, I don't know. Larry Reid is probably not going to get involved in this thing again. And no, people, I am not on Larry's side or all his detractors' side or not. I just report what I see on here. This story is interesting to me because I reported on it before, right? This is just an update on what happened. You lied. We were all counting on you, motherfucker. How y'all doing? What y'all think about this thing, child? Breaking news. That or the boy could just be trying for some more publicity. He seemed to me that this is a little apology thing of his, and this little recant of his. He's been forced to do this either by somebody paying him off. I don't know why. I wouldn't pay him shit. You the liar, not me. He probably has been threatened to maybe be deported, or separated from his family, or to be sued, or simply I think it's probably a court situation there. Right? Now, how is this going to involve Tasha K? Because not only are you telling on yourself, you're also telling on her. And you're saying, and it's all documented now, they'll use this film in court, that she knew that you were lying. What else did he say about the situation with her? I forget. How y'all doing today? It's very fishy, says AT2. I do believe he's a liar, but was he lying about everything? So we don't know exactly what he's recanting. He specifically mentioned about saying that in a marriage was performed for somebody to get in this country, right? He mentioned that specifically. He also said that he was not Larry Reid's boyfriend. He implied that there was no sexual relationship between the two of them. He said that Tasha K was well aware that they were making the story up. That implicates her. Larry Reid does have the resources. If he chose to, that line enough is grounds for him to sue both the boy and Tasha K. If he chooses to do that. That could explain why he came up here with this goddamn recant. Or Tasha K could say, listen, I'm implicated in this thing too. So what I need you to do is to go and say it was all your fault and you made the story up, right? She didn't script him. He didn't know what to say. And what he said was, she knew. This is what all the problems with Tasha K has been. Bringing these people on here, somebody's cousin, somebody knew a man who lived 3 blocks down on the street when I was raised, and all these stories and shit she bring on these people like they're some kind of celebrities. She makes them some kind of one-day celebrities, right? But she knows it's bullshit, and she'll still report it. And that's why you owe that woman $4 million. And according to Tasha K, there has been a payment plan set up. So we don't know what she's giving her per month, but we know that she has got agencies watching her ass to make sure she gives that woman her money. And then you coming back and doing the same stunts, Miss Tasha K. This guy was a nobody, virtually a nobody. You pull him out of your hat, girl, correct? And he told you something, and you say it'll sound better if you say this. This is what it sounds like, correct? But let me be clear to you, brother Lester Peltier. You know, he is a real soccer player. I looked up his picture to put in this post, and they've got like 100 pictures of him on the soccer field. So I guess everything went downhill after that. He just needed the money, and he wanted to be here in America. Y'all got any ideas on this stuff? Well, see, that throws Larry right back on the spotlight again. If he wants to, say, listen, you defame my character. You had all these people calling me now. I'm known as a gay man and all this kind of stuff. And it all started with you, honey. Because of who you are, they turned on me. Because of what you said, they will never believe me. And it's all because of what you said. You are a liar. Oh, glory. You're a cheater. Now, we don't know if Larry's going to respond to this thing. It'd probably behoove him just to stay out of it, let it pass like everything else seems to pass. Like this dude, what was his name? The other one, he had this big story about Tyler Perry, right? And all of a sudden that disappeared, right? They just come and snatch them some publicity and hopefully get some payout from somewhere. This boy is obviously doing bad right now, honey. It's hard to go from being a professional athlete to some kind of gigolo. I guess that's how he presented himself on her show. Y'all can go back and watch her on Tasha K and see all the lies. But I think it's significant, and we should definitely talk about it. I ain't gonna say I defamed Larry Reid, but I will say that when this story broke, I do remember covering it. I think I definitely talked about it, and a whole lot of other people talked about it, right? And it started chipping away at Larry Reid's character. So the only one's going to benefit from this thing is Larry Reid, because you're going to say, okay, he lied. It was a lie. Because he tried to tell people it was a lie. They didn't believe him. Correct? So since he's the only one that's benefit from this, then maybe the strong arm came from him. You need to clean that up and do it immediately. You're talking about breaking federal laws, nigga. He said he was in a very dark place. I was in a very dark. Is he almost? He only got 1 minute left.
I'm gonna come at you guys because I know the truth. My ex-wife Latrice know the truth. And
okay, that's it. That's all he got. So he said he's gonna come at us. Come on. Let me see. Wait, baby, be quiet. Ding dong. I don't need no security right now. Sit that bum right here. Be good. Be good. Do y'all have ideas on this situation? Since it's breaking news, you got to be careful with this damn internet shit too, because people will do anything to get their 10 minutes of fame, honey. He already had his. I guess he come back for another dose. They was all talking about me. I was somebody. My lies made me somebody, right? So yes, you do owe Larry Reid apology. More than likely, these people have insisted that you give him a formal apology and a public apology. So I guess this 3 minutes is your public apology, correct? You have implicated this Tasha K person. She just came out of the same situation. We don't know how many other lawsuits she has pending. We know that R. Kelly has sued her. We don't know if that ever turned into anything, girl. But several other people have issues with this woman, making up stories, bringing on these people who are nobody's child. They're not even D celebrities, right? They just happen to know her. Oh, I saw him say the N-word. I saw him say, and then that brings them onto her show. Correct? So apparently Tasha K does not believe that fat meat is greasy. She believes she can do whatever she wants to do. She believes that most people are not going to pursue her. And she's going to claim, I didn't know. I accepted it as the truth. I believed it to be based on what, Tasha K? But what did you base on you believed him on? You can say anything. Come on, Tasha K show. Oh, I got some tea. Oh, I got a story. I got a story. You and you want to always, I told this woman years ago, your problem is you feel like you got to always have breaking news. You would do much better to let the news break. That would take away the responsibility of you slandering people, because you would simply be reported what was already being reported. You know you're stubborn. You want breaking news, correct? So you don't, if you don't have a story, you know, it's hard to have a story every day, every other day, child. I'm sorry, people are not calling your phone like that, honey. So you stoop to the lowest denominator and you make it up. I personally, if I got to go and see what I wrote about that situation. But if I have spread it, the slander, I personally apologize to you, Larry Reid. Right? I'm not kissing your ass. I'm just saying what's right. If that child made that whole thing up, and if I reported it, I apologize. It is only right. We don't know what he is recanting, and frankly, I don't care. I don't care what the hell he's recanting. Who is he? So what, you took it up the ass? I wouldn't give a fuck you took up the ass or not, honey. But you made this big old thing out of it, child, right? So we're gonna thrust Miss Tasha K back to account for herself again. Please sue me, says official Thais report. Go ahead, sue. I'm gonna give you one of my statues and we're gonna be done, girl. Just pitiful. He looks pitiful. He's like he's down on his luck, and he looks about half the size he used to look. Remember, that was a big old athlete. Let's look at that picture. He looked like a little bug now. Look at them little arms, honey. Is he on Ozempic? Remember, now this was a star. This was a star, a semi-star soccer player. If you go and put his name in the search engine, they're gonna pick all these sports things, right? Oh, glory! You're a cheater. Somebody forced him to do that. That didn't look willing to me. That wasn't because he had a crisis of heart or, you know, conscience or anything like that, child. Somebody tells you, get your ass out there and you better make this official, buddy. You're in a hell of a lot of trouble, because that man is not an American citizen. Correct. And that's the big thing with people who are illegally here. They got a lot to hold over you. Correct? Am I right or am I wrong? Okay. And some of these people, they got lawyers too, honey. You can't make this shit up, Thais. Why can't you make it up, Thais? Apparently, Tasha K believes you can make it up. Now, what was that situation going on over there with that slow roast of TS Madison and Tasha K? See, another situation. You make people hate you, Tasha K. There's a slow roast, TS Madison last night. Many things were discussed. Family members, sexual abuses in youth, all kinds of things were brought up. See, when you get to beefing with these people and you get to lying on these people, apparently T.S. Madison felt like the Tasha K monster was using her name in her little act and in her promotion for her act, correct? So she came at her with both barrels, honey, right? You don't go fucking with people and then expect them to be come at you properly, socially acceptable, properly. Oh, you can't speak about the child. Oh, you spoke about my mom. How could you speak? You're saying you don't know what you're going to get when you get out there and start fucking with people, correct? So I don't think that's wrong. I mean, we would like to see people be nice on here. That woman is TS Madison is trying to have herself a career also. She's obviously much more successful than Tasha K at this point, because when Tasha K goes on her little tours, she was in my city too last night, made me sick. You have to turn all that over to Cardi B. When TS Madison goes on tour, she keeps that money in her purse, honey. So there's a big difference. So obviously, you're very hostile. You're a jealous woman. You keep coming for that woman that she's a transgender woman. I mean, my goddamn. I mean, what else is the big news, girl? We already know she's a transgender woman, right? Oh, you ain't real. You ain't real. Well, why can't you be real, honey? God is a diverse God, right? God has got all kinds of people on this planet, all kinds of creatures, right? But you go to the lowest denominator, trying to be hurtful and nasty to people, right? Based on their gender identity, right? Based on their sexual orientation, as if it has something to do with you. And I think Tasha K, she kind of called the girl, you're a very bitter woman. You're very bitter and angry. Now, I don't know if it was because of some abuse that you had, but I just think that whatever the circumstances of your life has left you an incredibly bitter, angry woman. So I would recommend that you guys, if you haven't seen it, go to TS Madison's video from last night, and you will see a nice slow roasting. You know how you slow roast? When you skewer that whole pig and then you slow roast it. That's what you'll get, girl. Tickled me to death last night. Hey, good people. How you doing? Dana Diane? Dana Dane. Excuse me. He was obviously paid off. Who would pay him off? Would it be Tasha to cover her ass? Or would it be Larry? Ain't gonna pay him shit because he's the one who's been defamed. Yeah, I don't see how Larry Reid would be giving him anything, honey. If anything, he can collect. Larry should be on the collected end at this point, right? So I don't know who the hell would pay him. Let's try to figure it out. Who else benefits by him recanting what he said? A couple of guesses I have. It's got something to do with this deportation thing. It's immigration deal, right? Where you're saying that somebody was married to get in this country illegally. That could be a tie. That could be something that could hold over him, because I don't believe he's American citizen even right now, right? If somebody is threatening him to deport his ass, then yes, he would come over here. I want to report. It was all lies. Second option, he just doing it for attention. They can talk. Then he's doing it for attention, but he don't want nobody to talk about it. Girl, I am not a scary person. If you bring your ass on the internet and you run your mouth and you lie on people and you do recants and all that, if it's on the internet, we're gonna talk about it, girl. You ain't different than nobody else. Who you gonna sue? Where you gonna get the money to sue somebody? Whatever. You said he was paid off. Trini, you said he was paid off. I don't know who would pay him. Who pay him off? Unless it was Tasha K, because she recognized, or she been served some papers, and she said, you better go clean that up and take responsibility for it. But you're not supposed to say that I knew what the hell was going on. You must say, I didn't know. That's her whole defense. I didn't know it wasn't real. I didn't know it wasn't real. Right? That's what she went into the court saying, and they knocked her across her head, honey, with a $4 million judgment. And people got to be careful with all what they run their mouth online these days. They actually use YouTube videos in court. It is common. When they start court, they put big old TVs in the damn courtroom, because anything that has been recorded, they will use. They will certainly use this. I knew it was a lie. Tasha knew it was a lie. It was a stunt and a skit, I believe is the words he used. You would recant your, okay. You would recant your story. I would recant my story too if Larry agreed to pay me. Why would he pay him though? Lester is broke and has nothing. Yeah, it's true. But I don't know that Larry would pay him for that though. pay him to recant, maybe Larry would not pursue a case against him and not end up his ass deported. Now that could be the case. I don't know why he would give him money though, because if you're going to be blackmailed or you're going to be forced to do things for money, they're coming back, baby. That's in several of my books. They always come back. Soon as they go and smoke that up or trick that off or whatever it is, obviously they can't control no. He has no more a viable income. This boy, all he can do is cook a few Latin dishes. Right? He went from being a paid athlete, a professional athlete, to being basically a rent boy. Sounds like, or that's how he presented himself. So I guess more will come out of this. I think you should blow these stories up. Let people know what the hell is going on here. Do you feel bringing up the SA as a child was appropriate? It triggered me a little, and I'm not a victim. Do I feel that, Dane? I feel like you don't know who you're messing with. When you're messing with people, you cannot tell them how they're going to fight you back. Now you feel, no, I'm not going to judge what that woman says to Tasha K. If Tasha K is using his name in his skits, he can do whatever the fuck he wants to do with him. He can dig up your dead mama. You don't know what you're going to get. Everybody is not the same. We don't all play by the same rules, honey. I had to learn that shit in the street. You don't treat everybody the same. Some people will knock your goddamn head off. For real. Correct? So if the only way she can get this woman off her back is to come at her as hard as she can, that's what's going to happen. I don't personally like to go off on people like that, but myself, I'm guilty. That's why I'm guilty of talking shit. Anyway, when you're fighting with people, people are not trying to make you feel warm and fuzzy, honey. And nobody gives a damn how you feel about what they say, right? Your grandmama died in the car accident. It's fodder when you go fucking with people. You have no idea how they're going to come back at you. I consider that a slow roast. It is what it is. TS Madison would have no knowledge that girl had an encounter with any relative or anybody else in her youth if Tasha K had not brought it to the internet. There's no way. She was not in that room. She would have no knowledge of this woman's mother being on crack unless she told them that your mama was on crack. They take my memoir I wrote 15 years ago, girl, and tell me about you did this when you were 6 years old. Oh, your mom, that man slapped the shit out your mama. He slapped the shit out your mom. We're going back 60 years now, correct? You're dealing with the internet, anybody. Any homeless person, if they got a phone, they can get online, honey. They can come on here and say whatever the fuck they want to say. Mm-hmm. I'm not mad, Dana. I'm just trying to explain, honey. Everybody ain't gonna be nice. I know the girls here can read too, child. But Dana, the whole point is, you got to get these people up off of you. If that's the only thing is going to get them off of you, if you have to not hit them as hard as you can, then that's what's going to happen, honey. I'm sorry. It is what it is. Tasha wants to still use all this old homophobic rant and things. I don't think we would be tired of that by now. I mean, goddamn, okay, he's a transgender. I mean, what else is there to be said about that, child? They look for anything. Oh, she said that she could have a period. Well, Madison never said that, but somebody in the world said that, girl. They make that a big old story. How could they say that? How could they say? We're not in fight. We're not in a fight with you. Nobody's in a fight with you. But if you talk shit about people, they're gonna talk shit about you. Correct? Right? You know that's intended to be hurtful. It's intended to be calling transgender women men. You know that's intended to be hurtful. So why do you believe that you can say anything you want, no matter how hurtful it is to you? But I got to use all the rules to come back at you. I got to say it properly. You can't mention my child. You can't mention my husband. Oh, you can't mention my clitoris. Oh, you can't mention my period. You can't. But I can do whatever the fuck comes in my mind. The whole thing is getting old. Yeah. What's going to happen? People are eventually going to leave these transgender people alone. They're just going to get tired of it, right? They used to treat gay men the same damn way. Or every thing come out their mouth is goddamn gay. You go to church, all you talk about gay. Well, girl, when I got into that book and I found, well, wait a minute. I can, in 2,000 pages, I can only find 2 lines. Maybe he'll come and tell the real truth now. Who paid him, honey? I'm sure he got a non-disclosure on that as well. He's gotten himself in some legal trouble, I would imagine. And I think that the thing, since he ain't got no money, I think that the thing that is propelling him to do this is got to have something to do with him being in this country illegally. We don't know if he had a visa. We don't know what the hell the situation is. That's the only thing I can think of. What else going on, people? Did anybody respond? Per ACV going on interview with Lester. Per CTV, they're doing an interview with Lester. Who is doing the interview with Lester? They did one, right? Didn't King Jives interview him, and Tasha K interviewed him, and that guy with the crown on his head, what's his name? King something. King Payne. Didn't he interview him already? So is he gonna go back to all those channels now? Or is the person forcing his hand going to require that he goes back to all those places? I don't know. Or are you saying that there's going to be now, he's going to make another appearance? He's going to be famous again, another 5 minutes. They're doing an interview with Lester. Okay. Who is doing the interview with him? Beauty is her name. I love Madison, but the SA shade is too much. Well, if you were a transgender woman, what would be the too much for you? I'm just saying, transgender people are murdered. What would be funny to you about it? Right? That's the way she comes at her. Her and that Michelle alien monster. Just do unto others. If you believe in this Bible, go in and get some of them golden nuggets in there. There's a lot of golden nuggets, and like do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Correct? The whole point of all this reading and shit is all to hurt. It's not to make you feel warm and fuzzy. That girl does not care. Miss Madison, she has her own life, honey. She does not care. Y'all should have had enough examples by now of how she's going to come back at you, child. We're not all from the same backgrounds. We don't all value the same rules and regulations, whatever. But I think it's a very real thing when you feel like you can hurt these people. And you know it's only to hurt them, right? But they can't hurt you as much. They can't hurt you. They can't come and say you have a dick because you don't have one. Correct? Larry and CTV are doing the what? Wait a minute. We got breaking news here. Larry and CTV. Are y'all dropping some tea here? Oh, what's the tea? I'm trying to find out, Truth Seeker. Larry and CTV are doing the interview. CTV posted that same clip of Lester in here. No, I took it from CTV's page. That what I played. Yeah, but that's like third. He got it from somewhere else. It's just circulating at this point. So everybody got the same clip. Took me a while to find out even where it was. I found it on CTTV. But are y'all saying that they're going to do an interview with him now, including Larry? And said their interview is dropping soon. Oh, they already had an interview? Yeah, so they're probably forcing his hand. Says he is not going to air that interview. What? CTV says he is not going to air that interview. He said it is on his IG. He knows it's a lie, in my opinion. The interview is a lie. I'm so confused now. I got to start going to Instagram more often. Figure out how to use it. So CTV had an interview, and he's saying he's not going to air it. Is that what's going on? Not on a back. What they doing? They smiling in your face all the. This is for you, LaShonda. All the time they want to take your place. The backstabbers. I keep getting all these visits from my friends. Yeah, what they doing. They come to my house again and again and again. Somebody's out to steal my woman. I don't even be home, but they just keep on coming. What can I do to get on the right track? I wish they take some of these knives out my back. What they doing? They smiling in your face, smiling face. Oh, what does it have to do with the story, Timothy? Nothing. Y'all just remind me of songs. You've lost trans sisters. Yeah, it's a very serious thing, honey. But there'll be others after they get through with the transgender women. Then they're going to get them some new niggas, some other people they can try to discourage. Right? It's never ending. It's part of the human condition, right? But Miss Tasha K, she should know better. And she claims she got I got gay friends. I got gay friends. But girl, whatever. If you were friendly to a community or to human kindness, Miss Thing, then you wouldn't do the things that you do. You wouldn't say the things that you say. But all that Madison is showing you is that if you come at me, bitch, I'm not going to honor any rules. Nothing. You bring your ass over here, you're going to get socked in the head. That's just the way it is, metaphorically. Best thing for Tasha K to do, okay, I won't put her in my routine. Right? I just leave her alone. Y'all got different. Everybody says something different. C. Wilson, no. CTV was going to air a clip of a conversation. He decided not to air it. So is this conversation about the boy admitting that he had lied, and Tasha K had approached him, and Tasha K had offered him X, and X? Is that what it was? Gladly, heartstring. I saw it last night. I said, well, it's not worth me getting out of my bed for. But I think it is interesting. So what does Miss Tasha K come up with now? People, you don't want your feelings hurt, leave people alone. That's all I say. I come at them when they come at me, with the exception of Jay Wilson. I just love sucking her in her head. She's disrespected me enough to last me a lifetime. Never what you know what you get, honey. CTV says she's okay. Let me do my perimeter check and see what's going on over here. Y'all got different stories. Let's go to I don't see anything reported. Oh, Grace Jones in concert. Okay. I think Sean Bradley posted a recent concert of Grace Jones. If y'all want to see the whole concert, you can go to Sean Bradley's new page. I forget what it's called. Look at that little doggy. Okay. So let me go over here and do CTV and see what's going on. Oh, that's CTV News, honey. Now you got to put conscious in there. Okay, it should show up. Conscious TV. Hot topics. Let's go to his last video. Live. Cardi B refuses to step between Ken Barbie and Horseface. Okay. TS and Tasha. But she's talking about TS and Tasha thing last night. And her other one was, no, I don't see much mention of this boy. Ooh, she does a lot of stories. Okay. All right, we'll follow it as best we can. Thank y'all for coming in on today. Y'all get ready for the battle. My new novel, due out at any day now. Talk to you later. Thanks for coming in. Y'all follow the story. If you got any updates, we can always bring them to the chat, right? Let's talk about it. We won't talk about it.